Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll talk about two of the most famous AI orchestration framework, LangChain and LlamaIndex. We will dive deeper into what is LlamaIndex and what is LangChain, and we will also take some real life examples to compare both of these framework, and we will also be building an agent that can help convert the natural language query into the SQL using both LlamaIndex and LangChain. Let's dive in. The agenda of the today's video is as follows. We will introduce what is LangChain, what is LlamaIndex, and we will compare both of these framework by use cases by different categories. We'll also discuss on this topic, which is why RAG is dead. Is it really? So, and at the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how you should use it and which one you should use. So what is LangChain? LangChain is the platform developers and enterprises choose to build AI apps from prototype to production. How? LangChain's flexible abstraction and the AI-first toolkit make it the great choice for developers when building Gen AI apps. Now let's come on to the LlamaIndex. What is LlamaIndex? LlamaIndex is a data orchestration framework for building AI knowledge assistants over enterprise data. How? LlamaIndex provides flexible abstraction to ingest, index, and query diverse data sources in just a few lines of code. So the real question is, which one should you use? I'll take a pause, you think, and then we'll go further. It is pretty hard to tell without explaining what is LlamaIndex and what is LangChain, that which one should you use. So let's dive in a comparison table to understand each of the framework better. We will be comparing these two frameworks based on certain use cases. So for example, if your use case is to building Q&A system, which is RAG or the document extraction, the LlamaIndex is the quickest optimal choice. The LlamaIndex will be the optimal choice to go for. You can also build the same RAG system with LangChain also, but the LlamaIndex provide more flexibility. Chatbots. If you are building chatbots, LangChain is the way to go because you can develop robust conversation chain and memory modules for multi-turn chat. Autonomous agents. Building autonomous agent is possible in both of the framework because they have something called workflow. So agent workflow module can simplify event-driven RAG agents. LangChain also features rich agent executor and React agent for complex workflows. So what is the best use case for LlamaIndex? When you are building a question answering chatbot, structured data extraction, agent, and unified heterogeneous data ingestion, you should consider using LangChain when your agent workflow is very complicated and requires extensive external tool integration like API calling, database integration. It's not that easy to choose one framework over the other because they overlap completely in different domains for different use cases. Building RAG agents can be done by both other frameworks, but LlamaIndex does it better. And if you're looking for a multi-agent workflow that can run different tools, I would recommend to go with LangChain. The answer to your question is, it depends on the use case. Whatever the use case you are trying to build, you should choose that particular framework. The next thing I want to touch upon is one of the controversial topic, which is RAG is dead. Is it really? Let's see. RAG is dead. Yes, it is dead if you are not using memory with the RAG system. Why? Plain RAG cannot have the persistent memory. It has the single query limitation, meaning it can only answer based on the single query provided. It cannot cross-check the previous queries. Context population. With each query, you have to populate the exact context every time. Inability to reflect or adapt. Without the memory or the reflection, it is very hard for RAG to adapt. So what's the solution? Implementing an agentic memory layer. Before you start building a RAG system, you should think about building a memory layer for those agents so that they can refer to the agentic memory layer and then they can provide more accurate context. And if you like this video till this point, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss an update for upcoming videos. I'll be making different videos on graph DB versus vector DB, which one should you use with respect to the RAG system. And I'll also be touching upon the LangGraph in coming videos, and I will start a playlist for LangChain from basics to advanced, covering each and every topic in detail. So subscribe to the channel. We will have a demo. We will be building a text to SQL agent using LlamaIndex and LangChain, and we will explore the possibility of each agent using these two frameworks. Okay, before I start diving into the demo, we'll set up a DB of cities and their population to work upon. So for example, I'm creating a table city states, and then this city state table will have 3 columns: city name, population, and country. Next, I'll insert some of the rows into the database, and next I will initialize a SQLite in-memory database for this particular table. Now let's build LlamaIndex text to SQL agent. We'll import some basic LlamaIndex retriever query engine and the ollama to run the LLM. We will initialize our LLM with the embedding so that we can convert our natural language query into the embeddings. So LlamaIndex provides out-of-the-box NL-SQL retriever, which you can utilize to retrieve SQL queries based on the database provided, and LLM along with the embeddings. LlamaIndex also provides a retriever query engine, which you can use to execute any query onto that particular database. So here's the sample query we'll be executing: return top 3 cities along with their population, which is the highest population. So this is the user query I have given. We will utilize this particular query engine to query the particular database, and we will print out the results. So let's run this. So DB is initialized, and here is our question: return top 3 cities, and here we got the answer for the Tokyo, Seoul, and Toronto. Next up, we will be building the same agents using LangChain. To start building this, we will import same DB from the setup, and then next we will import our LLM, and then after that we will import the tools to execute this particular query. So query SQL database tool. This is coming from LangChain community, as LangChain by default does not support this functionality, but LangChain has a LangChain community module which is open source and people can contribute to it. So that's where we are seeing this particular tool, query SQL database tool. LangChain also maintains a hub where you can find different query template prompt already written by LangChain and other folks. So I'm importing one of such prompt template for the SQL query system prompt. You can print out this particular prompt if needed. So next we will define a prepare SQL query chain, which will take the state and will update the state after generating the query. It will utilize the LLM and will return the structure output based on the input prompt. So prompt is nothing but the prompt imported from the LangChain hub, and then we are providing the dialect along with the table info, which is coming from the DB. Next, we will be executing the same query that we did for the LlamaIndex, returning the top 3 cities with the highest population, and then we'll printing out the query along with their SQL response. Once we got the query, we want to execute it onto the DB. So that's where we will utilize this query SQL database tool to execute. So we will define an execute query method, which will utilize this and will execute the query onto the DB. We'll print out the executed results. Let's run this. So again, as DB is initialized, return top 3 cities with the highest population. So here we got the result. Query, select city name population from city states, order by population. So here is Tokyo, Seoul, Toronto. Same for the previous output. So this was the quick demo for the text to SQL module using the LlamaIndex and LangChain. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting more such videos on LangGraph, LangChain, memories, and also I'll be sharing how one should be thinking about productionizing these RAG-based agentic AI application. What should be the architecture for defining such application. So subscribe so that you never miss an update for my upcoming videos. Happy coding. Peace.